Okay, so this video is going to be about working the core a little bit, but we're going to do it in a way where we're going to use a lot of other muscles to help stabilize and control that. So the inner thighs along with the gluteals here, so we're going to keep our thighs kind of squeezed in a little bit and push the hips back to keep ourselves grounded and anchored. I'm also grounding through my feet on the floor, which you can't see here. And then if we take our hands and gently keep them behind the head or the neck. Just want to make sure you're not pulling, tightness too. You got to keep that chest up so that you're not pulling your neck down or wrenching on your neck. Again, here too, the elbows, we want to try to keep them pulled in, which you might feel a bit of a stretch here. Make sure you're not feeling pinching or pain in your shoulders, but that has a lot to do with keeping the chest open, shoulder blades back. And this is that serratus anterior muscle that follows the ribs back to the scapula here. So keep the chest lifted, like the collarbone area and upper chest, shoulder blades back and down and in, elbows in, thighs in. So everything's kind of nice and tight. The tube of toothpaste squeezing in and up. And so we can do just a reverse, kind of like sit up or crunch here. So the idea is to keep it functional. You want to keep it where your feet are grounded and all those muscles are engaged. So that way everything is protected and controlled, and also you're working in a semi-upright position where you're gonna have a lot more control and it's gonna be a lot more functional relative to the things that we do in our daily lives. Lying on our back and moving around as in traditional abdominal and core exercises is not terribly functional because we don't spend a lot of time on our backs like that. So this is going to be much more helpful for integrating and using your core and really training your core and strengthening your core, because you'll be able to use it throughout each and every day, which is really helpful to get it to stay, those connections between the brain and the body. So the more you use it, the better shape it will be in, and that includes and especially outside of the gym or canned exercises. So we want to be able to kind of go. And again, I'm driving from my glute, my inner thighs are stabilizing, my inner arms are stabilizing, and I'm driving with a little shift and lift here. And the farther back I go, the more work it becomes for the abdominals, and the more I got to drive through that serratus here. I can also come up and across like that, and just again, the farther back I go, I have to stay in control, but it is more work for my abdominals, and to keep my feet flat on the ground becomes harder and harder like that. This is a great way to work your core and your abdomen and the stabilizers. Right, again, it's kind of that up and in like this, like a boxer. Power punch more through my elbow, chest and elbow. Fist can be involved too, but I want to feel like I'm working through my whole body here. So that's functional core strengthening.